Oh, I'm recording. I actually didn't know. I started recording like a minute ago and forgot. So, anyways, I'm gonna be ranking all Super Smash Bros. Ultimate characters. I will be ranking them basically however I want to. It doesn't really matter. But first, Mario. I'm just gonna put him in B tier because I don't really have an opinion. So Donkey Kong, pretty simple, but like, I don't care. I am gonna be going pretty quick with these because even if I just spend 15 seconds on each character, that's still gonna end up with 20 minutes of footage, and I don't want to do that. And I might also just skip over some characters if I don't have anything interesting to say. I don't like Link, because too many projectiles and it's like, you know? I really like Metroid, but I don't like the way that they put Samus in Smash. All of her main attacks, like specials and stuff, they're faithful to the series, except for the fact that they all will cancel your momentum, so you have to stop to use them. But Samus is pretty cool, so I'm gonna go with C tier. I'm sure you've seen the copy pasta. I can never look at Yoshi the same again. Kirby is meant to be a simple base character that anyone can learn and play, and anyone will recognize. And that's exactly what Kirby is. For what Kirby is trying to be, he's really good at it. So Kirby is S tier. Okay, I don't like Fox. I don't have much to say. I just don't like him. I think everything about Ness should have been done better. Now Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is one of the worst characters in Smash Bros, in my opinion. So, I think by now you can tell, just looking at my ranking of all the characters so far, you can probably tell I am bad at the game. So they actually made Bowser pretty good, now that I think about it. It's hard to point out specific examples, but he looks pretty cool. The Ice Climbers. They can be either the most fun characters or the most annoying characters to play against. So based off of their gameplay alone, it evens out. I put them at a B tier, but I don't think they should be in the game. The original Ice Climbers game is just too obscure for it to matter, and the slot in the roster could have gone to just any other character, basically. Okay, Zelda. Every time I see Zelda, I'm surprised that they didn't put Every time I see Zelda, I'm surprised they didn't do a Breath of the Wild version, or Breath of the Wild ult like they did with Link. But anyways, I'll go D tier, because she's so annoying. The side B, you can just spam it from across the stage, and you can even angle it up or down, so you can't just jump over it if you're fighting against Zelda. The down B has the biggest hitbox of probably any other attack in the game, and having to charge it up is not an excuse for that, because its main use is with ledge guarding, and if you're trying to get back on the ledge, it's going to take a second to get onto the ledge, so by then, the down B is going to be charged anyways. And she has multiple aerials with a disjointed hitbox, as far as I can remember. But Sheik, actually, isn't that bad, because she can't kill, so it evens out. Dr. Mario is an F tier. He should have just been a Mario ult. Just like Pichu, should have been a Pikachu ult. Or should be a terrible fighter. Like, imagine you're playing against your little cousin. You want to play as a bad character so the game is more even. Or you could just go easy on them, I guess, but that's not fun. Anyways, Falco has the exact same problems as whatever. I'm just gonna do all the Fire Emblem characters right now. There does not need to be as much of them in the game as there is. Nintendo would make you think that there's a lot more people playing Fire Emblem than there actually is, just because of how much Fire Emblem characters are in Smash. Also, none of this applies to Ike, because he's really cool. and I used to play as him just because he has a sword. Now, Ganon. Ganon is exactly what Pichu should be. Terrible. So Game & Watch is really similar to Ice Climbers, where Game & Watch is really similar to Ice Climbers, where he's obscure, but he has a really unique moveset, and a lot more games, and the slower animation looks really cool. I think there should be more Kirby characters in Smash Bros, but something about Meta Knight just doesn't work, in my opinion. My problem with Snake is that he needs to be updated. But that won't really work because people play Smash because they love the character, which if they change them, it won't work because Smash. And what I hope to see in the next game, actually, is a Snake Echo Fighter. Except it won't be a true Echo Fighter. It would have a different expression moves. And my idea is to switch current Snake, meaning from the Snake to Naked Snake, except his costumes 5 to 8, they're not Naked Snake, they're named Big Boss. The same way Olimar turns into Alf. And it would look different, but he would have the same moveset. So then on Snake's Echo Fighter, the first 4 would be called Solid Snake, and the next 4 would be called Old Snake. So Sonic. If I remember, Sonic was a big deal to be in Smash when he first came to Smash, but now he's just really annoying. Based off of gameplay, he's an F tier. Based off of appearance in the game, it's actually an S tier, I think. So all of that evens out, and he goes to a D tier. King Dedede, another character. King Dedede, another Kirby character. This one I actually think is put in the game correctly. He's annoying to play against, but also really fun to play against too. I really like Pikmin. I only played Pikmin 3 and haven't played it in like 3 years, but I remember it being a good game. And Olimar is actually really good, like competitively good, in my opinion. I don't know if the other people agree, but I think he is. He has a lot of range, and he's small and hard to hit. Okay, Lucario, F tier. So, Villager. I think Villager is actually really good for what he is in Smash. The only things I would change is down air having less luck, and neutral B just not doing that. Except I guess down air kind of matches the game with the stock market of the onions and stuff. It's crazy they got Wii Fit Trainer in Smash. It's just, like, it doesn't make sense how they, like, I don't know how to explain it, like even the name. Because if I just said, imagine there was no Super Smash Bros. If I said Wii Fit Trainer, you'd have no idea what I'm talking about, even if you used Wii Fit. So I'll actually put Wii Fit Trainer in A tier. Greninja. Pretty good. The character deserves to be in Smash, I think. Even though he's like the 6th or 7th Pokemon added. Makes sense to me still. Anyways, Palutena, I'm just gonna put her in B tier because I don't care, and I know she's from Kid Icarus, but like, I don't know, I just don't care. You know what's crazy? They're making a new Pac-Man game now. For some reason. It's not just, they couldn't just make any game and put a whole new character, they just had to be Pac-Man for some reason. I'll put a part of the trailer right now. I don't understand why that game is being made. But I still might get it, it does look really good. And I don't even like Pac-Man. Anyways, he is A. I don't think he's the best character, and I think he should have died in the 80s, but, you know, him surviving long enough to make it in Smash Bros, that's cool, at least. Now, Duck Hunt. They put him in the game pretty cool. and I also think it's cool they say Duck Hunt Trio. It would also be cool if they added some sort of more references to that, too. Maybe if Duck Hunt hits a good hit, instead of the screen zooming in and turning red like it does normally, maybe the whole screen will darken except a square around the character, so it's like the end zap or whatever actually hit Duck Hunt. Now, Inkling. I like the idea of the Inkling being in the game, but I just don't think they were put in too well. And they did not need... I don't like gimmicks in characters in general, like Little Max Go Meter too. That I think I mentioned it earlier. I really like Splatoon, but I don't like the Inkling. I don't know why it just ended recording, but the Inkling could be way better if she just wasn't a gimmick character and had no like ink shooting mechanic or like damage multiplier or whatever. Like, now Ridley, the best character in the game. I cannot think of a single flaw with Ridley. Actually, I can think of one. His Nair does less damage the further into the animation it is. Ridley is super cool, he's this dragon, and he's from Metroid, and he doesn't have any gimmicks either. Okay, Isabelle sucks, does not make sense, because she does not do that in Animal Crossing, like throw the fishing rod and stuff. They should have put that move on the villager. Incineroar. I think his moveset is kind of cool to play as sometimes, but he should not be in Smash. They should just stop adding Pokemon, or if they do, make it like a really popular one, not Incineroar. Probably the least popular starter after the final forms were revealed. Hero, really annoying to fight against. Banjo and Kazooie. I think he is actually pretty good for the DLC, because all the other DLC they had gimmicks and mechanics and stuff. Sure, Banjo and Kazooie has the Golden Feather, but other than that, it's nothing. And the Golden Feather isn't even that bad, because you can just jump over it, usually. Banjo and Kazooie both end up being balanced in the end. Now, Terry. Min Min. Now, Steve, I am still surprised that every time I see Steve in Smash Bros. He goes in S tier. It's that good. It's that good, really. I just cannot get over that. Probably one of the best characters to ever come to Smash. Sephiroth. He's really cool. He's a guy with a sword. And even better, there's a shirtless style. Every time I have my friends over and we're playing Smash, they're just like, shirtless Sephiroth! Oh, with shirtless Sephiroth! They're like, you know, because everybody loves shirtless Sephiroth. Okay, Pyra and Mythra. I would go lower, but they're so generic that it doesn't even matter. Now, I think what they should have done is swap Steve and Sora in the time they were released. So, here is my Smash Ultimate tier list. Actually, I'm gonna edit it first. I forgot to say this earlier, but I actually like ARMS. Like the game ARMS. With Min Min in it. But anyways, I reorganized most of the list. In general, being closer to the top left corner of your own tier is better. Okay, it is not downloading for some reason. I'll figure this out. I gotta end this video, otherwise I'm gonna run out of storage again. Which I did like 3 times, but it just keeps on letting me record even though it says I'm out.